What's good, y'all? Hope everybody's living well and staying blessed. It's your boy, Markus B. As always, I'm joined by Mr. Evan Simmons and new guy, Chris. This is episode 125 of Holla Me with yours truly. And today, me and the boys get together and talk about a few things, catch up on some life. Chris finishes first semester of college. Woo! But then he is celebrated with a blown out tire. So, you know, God is good all the time, or whatever they say. Other than that, we jump right into MCU and talk about Moon Knight and the wild tale that series was, and then we get into some pretty heavy spoilers. So if you've not seen Multiverse of Madness, stop watching at what? 45 minutes in? Something like that. Stop watching at that point because we basically talk about the entire movie and everything that we enjoy and what we don't enjoy about it. And surprise, surprise, I'm surrounded by negative Nancy's over here. So hope you guys enjoy what we're doing out here. If you do, make sure you like, follow, share, and subscribe, and so that we can get it out to as many people as possible. And then also, if you need any supplements, nutrients, workout gear, anything of that nature, go to redcon1.com. Use promo code T20MarkusB before checkout. You will get an extra 20% off the entire order, and you help support the podcast. We'd greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. Peace. So let's just argue about Marvel. I imagine.
Are we just starting there?
I mean, are we gonna? Is there much else to talk about?
I got some on.
All right.
The tire on the car blew up yesterday.
On the car or the van?
The car.
Uh-huh.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I was driving home from work, and I don't know what happened. Like, driving to gym and work in the morning, it felt fine.
Yeah.
I got in the car to leave work, and that tire's had a leak in it. And, like, the light's been on. I was like, it normally only gets down to, like, 25, and then I'll fill it back up.
Yeah.
And I took off to go home, and I felt a little bumpy. And I was like, all right, well, I'll stop at the gas station, whatever, before I get home, and I'll fill it up and make it there.
Yep.
I was like halfway home, looked behind me, and there's just pieces of tire just coming off. I'll show you the picture, but yeah, I had to pull over and put a spare on.
For that rough little do.
Luckily, I was able to make an appointment today at like 10 a.m. And while I was taking my exams and stuff, I took my car over and got the tires changed.
Oh, sweet.
Yo, shout out. Put the lady to work. Come on now.
Yeah, that was the...
Woo! 8 up.
Yeah.
That is eaten.
I'm glad it didn't like blow
Jesus.
up or pop. It just shred itself apart.
Yeah.
So it was still easy to control. It was just very shaky.
Yeah. No, that happened to me at like 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I was driving back from somewhere far.
If I remember, I'll put this picture up on the...
Like I was driving for I was driving for a while, and I got to I was like 10 miles out from like home, and then you feel it like pop, and you're just like, all right.
Yeah, I didn't feel a pop or anything. It just, because like it was going smooth, because I was going the speed limit or whatever, and then traffic happened, so I had to slow down. And as soon as I slowed down, it got super rough.
Yeah.
And that's when I like smelt the rubber, and I looked behind, and I saw like a couple pieces of rubber. I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are hard times.
I've had my fair share of blowouts and...
I need to get new tires anyway.
Car
It was just
issues.
its way of saying like, hey, do that now.
Yeah.
Might be time. In other news, you finished your first semester of college.
I did.
Yeah.
Shout out, Chris.
How did you feel about it overall?
It was pretty good. I mean, the classes were pretty easy, which made it a little difficult to stay focused on it.
Yeah.
Especially with everything else going on. But
Fair enough. But you did it? You passed everything?
as far as I know,
Attaboy. All right. Going back for semester 2?
yeah. I'm still debating on whether or not I should take summer classes. I should, but
Then it depends on how fast you want to get it done.
yeah. Because the only classes I would need to take is composition and college algebra. So, I don't know.
Up to you.
I failed composition twice.
Dumb.
Yeah. And no, not music composition.
No, I know.
Just English.
Just
I'm really good at English, but
Just
as far
English.
as like the class, every time I took it, I just did not. And I had the same teacher. It was honors English, and I just both times going to class was the worst because it was a lot of. Let's just say it was like honors kids at UNT. So when they have
the worst kind of people,
when they have like debates about stuff, it gets really just like
it's awful.
It's really intense and a lot of just like, yay, you said it. What are we doing? So yeah, I would often just not go to class and failed it. The first time I failed Comp 1, and then the second time I got like a C in Comp 2. And I was like, I don't want that. I wanted a higher grade. So, yeah. Go to class.
Yeah. Class is important.
The urge is to not sometimes, but just go.
Yeah. Anything else? You had a concert?
Yeah.
How'd
Yeah.
it go?
Last, yeah, like I was, beginners. It's a beginner concert. It's not never perfect, but it's, of course, like I have this weird thing I'm getting about like, especially when it comes to teaching middle school band, where some of them were like, we were louder than everybody else, so that means we were better. I'm like, oh, you don't understand. Like you don't like fully you don't get this concept of like you don't sound good compared to like, yes, someone's not playing as loud as you. And sometimes I feel like the parents are like that too.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, like they were so loud. It's when people go to concerts and stuff like that, and they just want to get their ears like the eardrums burst. They're like, yeah, this is awesome. I'm like, I don't think you know what good music sounds like. I don't know if you understand this.
It's like the people that argue like that. Because I'm louder than you, that means
right.
I'm right.
Yeah, no. Like just because you're screaming does not mean it's good. Like some of them were probably joking, but they were like, yeah, we were like so much louder. Like
no, I don't think they were joking at all. I think that's fully what they believed.
I was like, oh, you don't get this, because like my band, like we talked about it afterward with the lady and some of the other people we were hanging out with, and they were like, yeah, your band sounded like it. Like, granted, my band's the smallest; it's 19 kids, but like they're like, your band sounded so good. Like they were so like well blended, and like things sounded so great. I was like, oh, because they've been like a big bright spot for the year. I mean, you see me every day, like afterward,
sure.
I'm just like happy with like what they're doing.
What a concept.
But yeah, and then but to hear the beginners be like, they were so quiet. I'm like, yeah, they weren't like 70 people. Like the 70 of you screaming is going to be louder than the 20 of them just like speaking confidently. Yeah, that's how that goes.
Yeah.
Your band.
My band, I was like,
solid.
all right. Like we played one a jazz tune called Oye Dude. Oh, I forgot to talk about my this is the first time I've done something like cute for a concert. You do like a thing, like a thing. And so one of my kids has we play 3 pieces: March of the Chinchillas, The Mandalorian, and this piece called Oye Dude. And one of my kids had a Baby Yoda, like a big, like full-size Baby Yoda. So I was like, all right, cool. Bring your Baby Yoda. At some point, I'm going to say, I want to see the baby. I would like to see the baby. I was going to have them like repeat it, but it was like, if you don't get the reference, it'd be kind of weird.
Little culty.
Yeah. So like I had one kid bring it up, put it on the stand. And then for the tune March of the Chinchillas, which is actually our first one, I decided I went on Amazon and I bought a little stuffed chinchilla. So on my podium was a little baby chinchilla and a little baby Yoda.
Yeah.
And for Oye Dude, I couldn't think of a thing, so I was like, and then someone I was hanging out with last night, he was like, oh, you should have put on a robe and be like the dude from Big Lebowski. I was like, oh,
that would have been cool.
Like, but if you haven't seen that movie, but for those that would get it, it'd be kind of a cool thing.
Or just put the Ray-Bans and get a glass of milk.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, considering the fact that for that tune, I didn't conduct them. I started them. It's kind of a jazz. No, it's oof, I cursed. It's not. It's a Latin rock tune for a a quote jazz ensemble. So I started them for that one, and then kind of sat down for a while, like sat next to them, like in another chair. Just sat next to them. Was like, man, look at them go. And then I went over. I had a keyboard set up. Didn't learn the keyboard part to it. I was like, I know the chords. Yeah, look at them go. Like it was a fun thing. So yeah, like I enjoyed that part of the concert a whole lot.
Yeah, dude.
And now it's done. I just got a little jazz concert tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Friday. Then
That's right, jazz concert on Friday.
yeah, I forget about that.
It's supposed to be outside too.
It is outside, isn't it?
They're doing it outside this year? Yeah. Where at?
Santa Fe.
Oh, that'd be a good venue.
It's a nice venue. It's a nice spot.
It's just gonna be hot.
Nice little blues on the green, if you will.
Yeah.
So
But,
what time is it at?
We should have called it that.
Well, that's what they call it in Austin.
Oh really? I know it's a thing.
Yeah, they do a summer series called Blues on the Green.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll have to go check that out.
Really, I'm surprised you never heard of it. Yeah.
No.
We do, yeah. I think it starts at 5:30. Yeah.
Right at the heat day.
Right in the
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be.
It's gonna be a rough
We
one.
gotta get there at 6. Oof, we're getting there early.
Yeah. 5 is like the peak of the.
And those are beginners too. Those are the middle schools go at that time.
Yeah, they're gonna be real irritable,
Real sharp.
real sharp, real just. I wonder how the. That's for Friday.
That's y'all's issue. I ain't got to worry about that. I get stuff there and I take stuff back. That's my job.
Yeah. Usually I help out with like packing up stuff. I don't know if I'm.
It's understandable.
I've helped out the last couple of years. I think I've earned my day off or whatever you want to call it. Now look, there's a thing that it's gonna appear across the screen. That's cool. The little mosquito. Or it might not. It might be so. It might be so insignificant that no one will see it. It'll be just for us. Is it still there?
Yep.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Anyways,
Well, this is content.
anything else in the life?
No.
No. No.
Are you talking about your wait? Are we talking about your leaving soon? Are we going to talk about? Are we going to talk about that?
I don't know when we were going to talk about that.
Do you want to talk about that now, or do you want to talk about it later? Like at the end, or do you want to talk about it now? Save it for later.
Let's save it for later.
Okay.
Save it for later. Save it for later.
Yeah, because that's like a whole episode worth of.
Yeah, I figure I was thinking about that, and I didn't know if I just like them. Yeah, that's a pretty hefty conversation.
Yeah, no, that's changing a career is a big. It's a big convo.
So we're gonna save that, and instead, I'm gonna argue with you guys about how you're wrong about Doctor Strange.
Okay, I think first Marvel talk. No spoiler warning because you've had 2 weeks to see it. Season finale to Moon Knight. Thoughts?
Are we spoiling it? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
I
We
just
can talk about it. Yeah, and spoilers on Moon Knight in 3, 2, 1. Skip ahead 20 minutes. Probably 30.
Well,
I just said there's no
not
spoiler
probably.
warning because you got 2 weeks to watch it, so it's your fault.
Yeah.
Skip ahead 20 minutes. 20 minutes if you haven't seen it yet. But, like also be on top of the shows and watch it. All right? 6 episodes. Not that long.
Talk about it. On Midnight, good, but like
It felt weird.
I don't want to say mid, but just kind of like okay. Like I'm not like. Are you? Like,
I don't know how to feel about it.
I'm not elated by Moon Knight or anything like that. Like I'm not like. Yeah, like
Definitely don't feel the way I did
Jack Lockley, great.
After Loki.
Yeah,
Didn't have that same feeling that I did after Loki, but also it's a very different vibe.
right. Well, see, the thing is, they were trying to. I know they talked about this with like not Captain America. Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Like they were trying to get a little more street level and like, and that's and, you know, that's kind of an example of it's not universe breaking. It's this one story, and it's kind of the same thing. It's like not universe breaking, just this one story. That's it. There's nothing bigger about this. So maybe that's why I'm not like as like, I thought it was gonna like break the Marvel universe, or it's not really.
I didn't think it was gonna break the Marvel universe. I didn't like.
I didn't anticipate on it doing that, but just like, yeah, like I'm not like excited about it.
What I liked is it was a different way of introducing a character.
Yes,
Like
for sure.
It felt like phase 1, like first Iron Man movie, first Captain America.
Absolutely.
It didn't try tying in with anything else. It was just its own thing.
That was definitely a cool part. Is how the singular idea. It didn't even like come off the wings of anything else.
right.
I don't think they even mentioned anything else about the MCU.
Yeah, no, the only thing that ever appears, I think, is the GCR like bus thing, like the global GRC, the Global Repatriation Council.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I think like is significant in there. So I'm like, don't they mention?
No, they didn't even talk about the blip.
They didn't talk about the blip.
No.
I thought they would have mentioned the blip at some point. But it's usually something they.
Yes, I'm curious on when it is in the timeline. Then
It's after.
is it after?
Yeah, because
with the GRC, like the GRC, like
Oh yeah, you're right.
people trying to get back into their countries.
I'm surprised it didn't. I'm surprised they didn't bring it up.
They just, I think it's smarter, and this kind of like ties into my like Doctor Strange argument is that like it was smarter on that end just to be like we're just going to tell this one contained story, and but yeah, I mean it was good, like a little bit confusing on the whole like afterlife stuff and like the afterlife that you're in is the one you believe in, and like
correction, they did mention something and mention the ancestral plane, which is
the
that's
ancestral
like the only thing though.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, they mentioned that, and that's kind of like the. But yeah, that was a little bit confusing, and him being in multiple levels.
Episode 4 and 5, I got so lost.
I thought those were the coolest episodes, though.
They were super cool.
It was weird when he like got back to reality, and I was like, "This feels weird."
Can y'all explain to me what the hell the mental hospital is?
That's how he perceives the afterlife, because it's technically a very complex thing that our minds can't comprehend. So your mind projects something that you can comprehend, and because he's been thinking of himself as crazy because of the multiple personality thing, a mental hospital was like the most
kind of like comforting idea, like
that like he's not actually like he's crazy, but he's like doing something about it in a way, you know?
Okay.
It's weird.
I mean,
then
like
he died. Episode 3?
Yeah, he died.
He died.
Yeah.
That's what the hippos lady said.
Yeah, but then
Tarawet.
Tarawet. Yeah. But I thought that he went to the mental hospital before he got shot.
No.
No? Oh,
that was at the end of the episode after he got shot.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's why what's his face went to the mental hospital as well at the end of episode 6.
Who?
The homie with the hair?
That one was a little more confusing because
Arthur Harold.
Yeah, Arthur, yeah.
Oh, so the way I say read about it, but like the way like I watched some videos and stuff like that. The way it's been explained to me is that afterlife is his like way of conceptualizing everything and being like, Arthur Harrow was the person that killed me. He's the person that imprisoned me in this afterlife. Like he's that doctor that put me in this box and said, you can't leave here. Like you're stuck here. And he's trying to, escape that, but he keeps pulling him back in, being like, nah, you're staying here. Like that's the, so like that like quote level of it, that wasn't like real. Like none of that was real. The whole like after the whole like, mental hospital thing, none of that was actually real.
Yeah.
It was all just
It was real, like in the conscience of them, but
right.
reality-wise was not real.
Yeah, it was purely a construct he made to like be comfortable with the fact that he's dying. Yeah, all the different personalities are there,
and the whole thing with like the hearts and stuff was that it was like finding inner peace in a way. Of like,
yeah, I got that part.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, you try to do, two personalities trying to balance as one, and then the fact that he saved himself. Nice little moment.
Oh yeah, that was definitely like very heartfelt. That's something I really liked is that Mark, first of all, Steven was an idiot to Mark, and now he's like, no, we're gonna work together. And then like that the last like fight scene of them like going back and forth.
That was
like,
pretty
that
dope.
was
Like he goes
that
was super dope.
between Moon Knight and then he's Mr. Knight and then he goes back and like I'm like, yes, that's what I needed. I needed that.
I think the Khonshu giant fight was a bit much.
Yeah, that was
Khonshu versus Ahmet. Yeah,
one part where I wish there was a little less action, like the big giant monster fight. That was definitely like we're Marvel.
Yeah.
look what we can do with money. Just press the animation button.
Because I think the like any fight or whatever would just Knight and Harrow of like, and maybe do something where like, I don't know how to explain it. Instead of showing them like doing their own thing, like fighting with them in a way.
Yeah, if they could have done, because I think they were trying to get away from the whole Marvel thing of like same versus same. So they're like, all right, let's make them a little different. Like they didn't give Arthur Harrow a suit. They were like, let's do something a little different. Also, let's do the gods fight each other too. Like they're trying to do a little bit of the different because they.
I wasn't mad at it. It was just like
they have a history of doing same versus same.
It was a bit excessive.
Like,
yeah.
I think too they knew that because I'm not gonna lie, the whole series there was like barely any action, which I kind of liked.
Well, yeah, no.
And then they knew that everybody was gonna be upset because it's Marvel, and so they just put it all in the last episode.
Yeah.
Which also I'm not mad about. Like you create that tension of like.
But
Are they
then
gonna fight?
When is somebody getting punched in the throat?
Well, that's the thing that's weird is like normally you see the whole fight throughout, and then halfway through the fight is when he blacks out and he comes to and the fight's over and you're like,
Hold up.
what?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I think that this whole like season was kind of a pure. Did you stay for the post credits?
Yeah, for
Okay.
the limo?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Like so, I think this whole season, it hasn't all been about getting to Jake Lockley, but a lot of it's been like.
I mean, he's been there every episode.
He's been like the mystery behind it.
Yeah.
This whole time has been like, what is actually going on here? There's like one more guy here.
That's crazy that like Khonshu just like knew that this entire time.
Oh yeah, he's like completely aware of like all of the personnel. I guess whenever you like, I mean, I feel like whenever you sign up, I don't know how any of that actually works. Whenever you sign up to be a what do they call it, an avatar for an Egyptian god, I feel like that they probably know who they're signing up a little bit. They probably know you a little bit more.
It's interesting how it's Mark had signed up, but then Jake ended up being the main character
Oh yeah,
of use. But Mark was used just enough for
him to think he was.
him to think that he was the main guy. Like,
Yeah. Because then that brings like, I mean, because obviously Mark was the first because we
Yeah.
saw that from the memories. But
Right.
like, is Jake the one in charge now?
yeah, that's definitely interesting.
Well, yeah. I mean, as far as the whole like him being Moon Knight thing goes, I think he's the one in charge of like exacting like vengeance.
I think it'll be interesting. I really hope they come through with the season 2.
They're supposed to because originally it was announced as a series finale, and then like right before it came out, it said season finale.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I didn't know. Okay.
Okay.
Because Oscar Isaac technically he's one of the first Marvel actors to not get he didn't get a contract or he didn't sign a contract.
He just did the one and done.
Yeah, it was a you do this series.
I hope not, man. God, he's so good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Oscar, yeah, he's amazing.
Like it sounds bad, because you had the scene with the female when she was getting taken, like she was
Layla, yeah.
giving her body up. Like her talking to herself was okay.
Yeah,
But then you
it
have
was a little
these
ham-fisted.
super in-depth scenes with Oscar Isaac, just like 8 minutes long of just him talking to himself.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, oh damn, there's a noticeable difference between
Mark
the
and
quality.
Steven,
Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, well, yeah.
Well, no, not between like personalities within the character. Like the physical actor
Yeah.
is better at depicting like
Yeah,
conversations with oneself.
sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna be sad if they don't come up with the next one. And then
No, yeah, they have to. I think with the whole, the post credits thing and everything,
Yeah.
they have like.
Because I think Jake is going to be like more like a vigilante, like a Deadpool kind of thing.
for sure,
Yeah,
it's definitely a really aggressive
Like
character.
anti-hero.
that'd be hilarious to have like Deadpool like come into
That's his in is Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
Oof,
That'd be weird.
that'd be super heavy.
Deadpool versus.
I'm interested to see how they find out though, since Mark and
Mark and Steven.
Steven, thank you. Mark and Steven are like homies in the brain now, and they're able to communicate. And they're just like, hold up,
Jake is just standing up for him like.
like there's gonna be some times where like, was that you? No. Was that you? No.
That already happened.
Which that already happened, and they like, all right, well, I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
And like, not like, I think that'd be an interesting episode where,
Can you slow Marcus down a little bit?
yeah,
He's 2 or 3.
3.
3. Check, check.
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Okay.
It'd be really interesting to see him have a 3-way conversation with himself.
He can probably do it.
But like that'd be
that's
Super
a hard.
interesting.
That's an acting challenge right there. Just getting.
Yeah. I was a little thrown off by the end too, because it was like he woke up to almost killing, or did he kill him? Harrow.
he killed him.
He did.
Yeah.
Jake killed him when he came back, or whatever. Like when they were doing the whole fight, and then he blacked out and came back, and they were still in the street. I think he was, because there was blood on the axe. I think there was a.
Yeah.
Did he black out before stabbing him?
Yeah, he blacked
Yeah.
out and came to, and everybody was dead. And that's why I was asking about the mental hospital, because then Arthur
Yeah.
went to the same mental hospital, and that's where Conchu was like, haha, surprise. There's the third guy, and he's the one that killed you.
Oh, is that what happened?
I think so.
I was confused about like.
Oh wait, no, because they took him to the tomb.
What are you talking about?
Didn't someone? I thought he got like buried in a tomb.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Well, because like I think he killed him, and then they took him to the temple or whatever it was, and put him on the platform
Yeah.
to trap
Ahmet.
Ahmet in his body, and then kill Ahmet in his body. Like
Yeah,
have
so
a
he
physical way of
died.
killing her,
So yeah,
and then
Arthur died. Then
Then
they
his-
put Ahmed's body in Arthur.
Well, Ahmet's body was he became like the avatar. For
Avatar. So
yeah.
like it was like this weird zombie almost.
Yeah.
And then but
like we gotta
Oscar,
we gotta bury the whole thing.
Mark Spector didn't know that,
Yeah.
so that's why he didn't kill him.
Yeah.
So that's why they had the Jake Lockley scene at the end, is that Jake actually killed Harrow.
Yeah.
yeah.
Goddamn. So
That's what I was gonna say, because like it was really weird, because he like told Conchu like, no, like our deal is done,
Yeah.
let me go.
But
And then he was like, okay, and then
Conchu he chose his words very carefully. He said, "Yes, the two of you are free." Yeah.
Yeah.
and then he like blacked out, came to, I don't know where he came to the first time, and then he came back and he was just in his apartment again,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Steven and Mark talked to each other, and then it cut out, and you're like, I felt like it was the weirdest ending.
It's a very strange ending.
Because we didn't get anything on Layla, we didn't get anything on anybody else.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Well, I thought because I didn't see the post credits coming, because I thought him being tied to the bed was like we would know, we would talk to each other about
Yeah.
like this, and I got tied to the bed. Like, how did this happen? I thought that was the reveal. And then I scrolled a little bit forward. It was like, oh, okay, no,
Bang bang.
like a little different.
It's
That's
cool.
cra-
I like the series.
It's a good series.
But yeah, it's
Crazy mental game that he did on himself that Mark is still somehow cognizant that he got his ass beat by his mom.
Yeah,
Thought that he had created Steven. Ended up creating Jake.
right.
Yeah. Mark was aware of what was happening. Steven had no idea what was happening, and Jake took the beatings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why he's crazy.
Yeah.
I need to like do some research and find out how DID like. I wonder if it is trauma related at all. Like, I don't know.
From like the new Rockstars videos I watched of like them breaking down stuff, it is, or maybe it was new Rockstars, but from what I've heard, it is all trauma related. Like as a
Okay.
child.
I mean, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think it's like 90% of cases, whatever, is all trauma related from a child.
Oof. But yeah, no, but overall, like I rag on everything, but like it was a good series. No, it was a good
Oh,
series.
yeah, it was a really good series.
I'm happy to see Oscar Isaac do stuff.
Is that the only complaint I had was the last episode felt like there was a little bit too much action, just compared to the rest of the series.
Oh yeah, they had to compress all of it into.
It's weird that they ended up going with the season finale being shorter and not longer.
I thought about that too. Yeah.
Like, like everybody's expecting, like, if it's an hour show, the season finale is hour 15. Like, get a little bit, tie up a couple more ribbons.
Yeah.
But they went 45, and you're like, huh. Had they not spent money on the gods fighting?
The gods fighting. Could they have actually done?
Clean up a little bit.
But that one fight scene of him, just like the one like big one of him like walking across,
Yeah.
the whole like the one shot quote one shot of him just going by and just marking people, slapping them with sticks and all this stuff. I was like, yes,
Hell yeah.
I just need 9 hours of this. If you can just give me this,
I need him and Daredevil
God.
and Deadpool. Can I get a little trio going there? So I mean, he can. What do they call it? What was
Team up.
no? What was the Netflix show with Iron Fist?
The Defenders.
The Defenders, right? So it's like Defenders, drop Jessica Jones, add.
No, don't drop Jessica Jones. Drop Iron Fist.
Oh, you didn't say Iron Fist.
Well, yeah.
You didn't say it in there. I mean, series wise, absolutely. Jessica Jones probably. Jessica Jones number 2 behind Punish. Oh.
I would. I don't know how I rank those. Have you seen Jessica Jones?
I've only seen.
I gotta put Punisher first. I think it goes Punisher, Daredevil, Jessica Jones.
I mean, like Jessica Jones, like season 1 is like one of the most heartbreaking stories
It's
ever.
so rough.
It's really rough.
So rough.
Like you're just like, what?
You go season 1 of those 3, that's a hard conversation.
Like it's heavy. Like it's
Season 1 of all 3 of those, like
heavy. All of them.
you get to the season finale of Punisher, and you see that cutscene of how his family got murked, and you're just like, oh my god.
Yeah. Those shows are traumatic. Meanwhile, Iron Fist is like, I decided to go be a monk for.
And now
for
a fist.
years. Now I have a fist and I suck at it. and the actor.
Suck your fist.
The actor like didn't train for it, like apparently.
Really?
Yeah, he just didn't like the guy who played Danny Rand. He just didn't like train that hard for. You're supposed to be one of the greatest kung fu masters of the
All time.
but
Just all time. You're supposed to be the guy.
why train?
Yeah, whatever. YOLO.
Yeah, he needs to be gone.
That's frustrating.
Yeah,
Let's-
no,
we could run it back.
I'm excited for Moon Knight season 2.
Run it back. The slight diversion.
Oh,
The dude that did Arrow.
Yeah.
He did a really good job. He did a good job.
Stephen Amell? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I think
guess
that
that-
series ran a little bit too long, but
Oh, yeah, it definitely.
Definitely.
I gave up on it like season 5.
I think I made it to 3.
I watched them all.
You
'Cause
did?
I think it was 6 seasons.
Sounds about right.
Maybe I stopped at like 4.
But yeah, it started getting a little iffy towards the end. But
Because whenever I think
I originally only watched The Flash, and then like it took me a minit to get into Arrow because the beginning is real slow.
Mad slow.
oh yeah,
I
Once you
watched.
get into it,
I
it
watched
gets
it in
real
the
good.
summer when it was just like it was like mid college, and I was like, it was when I was bartending, so like I didn't have anything to do until 8 p.m. So I was like, all right, let me just kind of muscle through season 1.
but I kind of like that though because you got to learn a little bit more about the character.
Absolutely.
Like, it was
No,
more
Which
of
is
a
cool.
it was more of like a character study in that first, which it always should be in the first like.
But
seasons.
we hadn't. I think that was one of the first times as an audience we had to take time to learn the character.
Well, yeah. No one really knew Green Arrow. Like Oliver Queen was kind of a, you know.
But even then, like the Iron Man, like
I mean, yes,
they forced some action down and then kind of gave you some character afterwards.
Right.
Yeah. Like they did the mountain scene at the beginning, but then after that it was just kind of like
Which did make it pretty
action.
confusing.
Huh?
The first time I saw Iron Man, that was a little confusing. Like they had it blown up, and then they're like it switched back to like normal life, and then it went back to after it blew up.
Yeah.
Because
Iron Man.
yeah, because it's a scene where they're traveling and his thing gets blown up. Well, then it cuts to him getting the award, and he's at the casino when he gets the award, and then he goes home, fucks the whoever, whatever,
Is this Iron Man 1?
Yeah.
and then it cuts back to him in the cave. No, then it cuts back to him doing the missile launch and showing what happened before his thing got blown up, and then it's like a quick cut scene to him in the cave.
Yeah, it was some weird.
I do
jump
not
cuts.
remember the
It was-
opening
it
of
was-
that movie.
It was some weird pacing.
Because I legit thought it just started with like, this is my Jericho missile, boom, and
Nah.
like I thought it just opened there.
It's the Humvee. He's like, you want to take a picture, don't you? Yeah, all right, get in here. Let's take a picture. And then the
You're right.
Humvee gets blown
Yeah.
up, and then shit hits the fan.
It's kind
and
of
then,
it's kind of a you're wondering how I got here. Kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you were forced action at the beginning.
right.
A little bit of story, more action. A little bit of story, more action. With Arrow, it's just like straight story.
Story. You're
You're gonna rock with us.
I mean, they had
We'll give you
the
some.
flashbacks, but yeah, it was mostly just like straight up how we get to this point.
Another part of the reason why I really like Moon Knight, because like the first episode, it was all story. No,
Yeah.
like there was action, but we didn't see any of it.
I know.
Yeah.
At the very last moments of him just running, it was more of a horror thing, if anything. Like it was more of a
Yeah,
what's
I'd agree with that.
Like I was very, because I thought the whole aesthetic of that show was going to be that more of like a horror like vibe.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, this is
yeah.
gonna be scary. But then it wasn't.
Then it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
But also the Flash
Flash fell off for me,
after.
too.
I got
Did you know
whenever.
they're still making episodes?
Yeah, no, they are. Yeah.
And I was
I've seen clips of the most recent like episodes, and I'm
on
like,
TikTok.
oh, this is
It
just
is.
full Power Rangers. Like this is full.
Really?
It's full bad. Like it's like
It's terrible. Like I think I stopped watching after. I don't remember his name now.
Did you watch Zoom?
Yes, Zoom, where it was ended up being Barry Allen from the future, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I think I'm like finishing that season. Like Netflix is just like, are you gonna watch it? I'm like, yeah, eventually. Like I'm like on episode like 20 of 24.
Yeah.
That
Show got dense. I can't remember. I think I bailed at like season 2.
Because the season after was like their daughter from the future comes back to save him. I watched a little bit of that season, but it started getting very like just repetitive, the same stuff every
Yeah.
episode.
Well, because it's always the same. That the Flash problem is like the problem is always, oh, he just needs to run faster. Like, great. I'm glad we came to that resolution.
Now run faster with this dude. And now
Run
with
faster,
your wife.
Barry. I can't run as fast as him. Okay, but if you dig deeper, you can run faster than
It's
him.
all right.
boy.
I made this invention that'll help you run faster.
Yeah, exactly. It's all here.
Get you some Nike pumps.
If you run
Give it a couple
fast-
squeezes. Get all kinds of fast.
if you run fast enough, you can go through him, and that's how you save the day.
Just do a flyby and take his heart out.
Do a big punch because he always does a big punch. He'll always boom.
Just crazy because even running at like his slow speed, if you punched anybody, that's like the weight of the sun.
Yeah, no,
in
that's,
his
that's
fist.
death.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the boys.
Oh yeah,
God damn, talk about a
yeah.
rough episode 1. Jesus. That's a rough one.
have you seen the
saw-
boys?
Dude,
Dude, you gotta see the boys.
what is it on?
Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't know if I have an account.
get it.
I'll let you. If you can log on to mine, I'll let you use mine.
Because the boys and Invincible.
Wait, if you have like the Amazon Prime for like shopping,
Yeah.
then you have.
You
okay,
got
then
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have it.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, that show's brutal.
Yeah.
You've seen Invincible too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Invincible is good. I like that.
Oh,
I'm ready.
you've seen Invincible too? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, yeah.
How did you see Invincible or not? All right.
Because I heard about Invincible on TikTok or something. I was like, this looks interesting. And so
How did you watch it?
I think Ben was still living there, and he had his mom's.
Oh,
camera
okay.
or whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah,
And Invincibles is rough.
but the boys is like
Boys, that
heavy.
episode 1 is rough.
Oh, everyone's just it's just murder.
First episode was like, oh, this is like a kid show, and then like the last 5
Nope.
minutes, it's like,
no, it's
oh.
not.
Dark.
No, it's not.
Great segue.
I feel so bad for people that watch that with their kids.
Yeah, not a good move. Great segue.
Am I dark? Talking about madness.
Huge spoiler.
Multiverse
Don't
of
watch the
Madness.
rest of this episode. Go ahead and just skip off.
All right,
Right.
folks. Thank you very much for rocking with us until this point. If you have not seen Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I highly recommend that you don't watch the rest of this episode.
Because the rest
Go
of
watch
this,
it with your own opinion. That's
Go
all
watch
I
with
got
your
to
own
say.
opinions.
The rest of this is gonna be us screaming about this show.
It's going to get very heated. So as much as we love arguing on this show, we do respect the spoiler aspect
Yeah.
of it. So if you've not seen it yet, please step away at this point. You've already completed the algorithm for us, so
Because we're just gonna do spoilers at this point.
spoilers from here on out. All right. Any other warnings we need to give? No.
No, just
Go
get
watch
out.
the movie.
Go watch the movie.
Go to the theater, please.
Go to theater.
Just get out.
As a
Get out.
theater advocate, just go
As-
to
as-
the
as a-
movies.
Go away. Just leave.
Stop watching things on streaming. Just stop. They make enough money.
Get out of
It's
your
fine.
couch. Out of your couch. Off of your couch.
Out of your couch.
Out of your room.
Let's face it.
Go away. How about that? Just go away. Run into traffic.
Great way to bring in an audience. Go away.
Go away.
It's like
Unless you don't want to, in which case, cool, man. Shout out to y'all. All right.
Tom Segura's bit. Can't you we all wait to just get home? I know we're all here watching comedy, but can't we just wait to get home?
That's a great way to start a show. Shout out to Tom Segura.
Don't you
All right.
hate everybody? All right.
And 3, 2, 1. Spoilers starting now.
'Kay.
Okay. First thing. Let's go around the room. Thumbs up, thumbs down
Okay.
on what we thought of the movie. Evan.
Does it have to be thumbs up or down?
I mean, if you know, it's a broad spectrum.
Right. I mean, angle it. Angle
Down.
Yeah,
Angle.
I'm gonna agree with him. I'm gonna go
Sub mid.
say
Yeah.
like not halfway and not down, just like halfway between, like 45.
Yeah.
Sub mid. Okay.
Where are you at?
I'm going sub high,
You're angled up.
angled up,
Okay.
and I already know why you don't like it. Because I know you.
Okay.
It's the same reason why you didn't like Black Panther.
What? What are you
No.
talking about? I liked Black Panther.
Did you like Black Panther?
Yeah.
I thought we would know this. My bad.
I didn't like the.
I didn't really like Black Panther.
The third act is a little bit like the rhinos and stuff. It was like we didn't need to do this, but
So the people that didn't like Black Panther, like Chris,
Well, I like that. I agree with him though. There's just a few parts that's like we didn't. The story and everything was great.
again, okay, so you guys are kind of formulating my point.
I'm interested to hear this. Black Panther
You
argument.
guys locked onto 3 or 4 corny, cheesy, bad lines in the movie, and you're like, this is a bad movie, based off of those 4 things.
No.
No. Entirely wrong. Entirely wrong. So here's why I think you liked it.
Okay.
So this is now movie number 24.
Damn. Something like that.
24, because I think Endgame was 21. Black Widow. Yeah. Yeah, Eternal. Yeah. So this is movie 24 now.
No, it'd be 26 because both Spider-Mans after Endgame.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot. Jesus.
Goddamn.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been a while. All the shows and all that stuff. Like, so this is like a person who's been reading the comics since they first came out. And then, you pick up that comic from the shelf. You open it up. You pick up that Doctor Strange. Ooh, new Doctor Strange, issue number 52. You open it up. All this, like, stuff is happening. You're just like, oh, yeah, I know that character. I know this stuff. Yeah, this is great. This is great. And then you're done with it, and you're just like, cool. Can't wait for the next one. That's why I think if you liked it, that's why I'm not, like, negative on it, because I've seen everything. Like, as far as, like, me as a person, I'm like, oh, yeah, I know this movie. Like, it's Doctor Strange. Like, oh, Wanda's bad. Like, oh, we get it. Like, the Darkhold, happened. She wants to see her kids. Like, does anyone who hasn't seen that movie know she wants to see her kids? Maybe you can get it from her acting, maybe. But, like, I think that movie is super reliant on previous experience to have any attachment to it. There's nothing in that movie where I was like, Yes, there was the moment of Wanda being like, they will be loved. I think they could have leaned into that hard. That could have been a 10-minute scene of them just being like, oh, like, get into that emotion. Like, that would have been fantastic.
So you're telling me.
But instead they did zombie doing funny things. Why? Why?
What?
Get heavy. If you want that big of a thing, get heavy with it.
I do want to hear your opinions on why you liked it.
Okay. This has been a 14-year-long franchise.
Yes.
If you're not on board by now, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no. Here's the thing. Yeah.
If you're not on board by now, fuck you.
If you don't get it, like, yeah, no. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that if you go watch this movie, like, just raw, you're going to like it at all. You will not. You won't understand a single thing that's going on.
It's a terrible movie.
Like,
if you've not kept up with the Marvel Universe.
Yeah. No.
I'll give you that.
You'll be like,
but
what is
also,
happening?
like, Endgame, minus the final battle scene, not a good movie if you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I've actually.
No,
like,
Endgame was definitely just a.
Endgame was
An
only
end.
good because you saw Infinity Wars.
Yeah, like I've like recently like took a look at that movie and been like, was that movie actually good? Not entirely.
That movie was great is because you had the emotional attachment to
Right.
it.
It was everything we wanted.
It was everything that
Right.
you wanted. So therefore, that argument that you just nullified.
Okay. Maybe okay.
All right.
Some of that argument, yeah.
Do I think there was some corny lines? Absolutely. Some really lazy writing in there.
What corny lines were you?
There was
Because there wasn't anything in there like the writing.
there was like like there was hacky lines. It wasn't corny.
Yeah.
But it was like
Talking about like the exposition about like her mothers and stuff.
no,
Or, like,
that was fine. It was Strange had a couple of them. Like, you have to kill me. No, like he said kill me 3 times in one sentence or something like that. I just and like that took me away from like
Oh no, that was funny. Like because he was like, you can't kill me if you've already killed me.
yeah, and I was like that took me away from like I heard that line, I was like, Evan hated that. Okay.
No, that was a good bit. That was a good funny one.
What is he talking about? This kid isn't consistent. What are we doing here?
What are you?
What are we doing here?
I don't think you understand why we dislike that movie.
I guess not.
There was nothing in it I thought was like hacky. I think it was just like I think Marvel has they have a problem now of that it's full. Like it's just filled with like stuff and they keep putting more things in it and like they're just like another thing, another thing, like another thing, like it's like they're taking action figures and hucking them at you and you just have to be okay with it. You just have to be like, gargantuan and this thing, zombie strange, oh boy, here comes Reed Richards. Like it's like, whoa, give us a second to like some people first. America Chavez, do we actually like her? Thoughts?
See, and that's one of my biggest things with the movie. Not necessarily America, but just like.
Nah, I had an issue with her. I like the character, but she's a terrible actress.
Yeah, and they didn't like. Another thing about like emotion is like, they didn't feel any weight to her character.
No.
Like she started dying, and I was like, okay.
Like she could have honestly died. I would have been like
that got taken away because the opening scene. She almost died.
Right.
Yeah, and I was gonna say this for later, but I think a better opening scene would have been her when she was young, getting scared, and getting sucked into the thing, and then it just cutting from that into.
To me, that would have been like a moment. That would have been like a.
Yeah, the fact that
was weird.
The fact that was like that was a second line scene.
Yeah,
with the memory bank of like how we got here. Like, I'll give you that. I'm not a big fan of how they did her character
because it's almost like for the story, of it, you could have not had that scene in there. And it explains like the reason why she like jumps and stuff like that. But like to have that earlier. I think that movie was somewhat poorly edited too. Like it was just kind of like put in random places.
And
because I was gonna say like when they did the whole memory lane scene, I did not like that. It was placed at like horrible timing in my opinion. It felt very.
I got the
place.
timing because that created a relationship between Strange and America.
Right. Yeah, they get to see those memories and.
I don't know how they tie that in. I think it would have been. I think it would have been good had you like opened the scene with America's parents getting sucked away, and then like she explains it. You see it again in the memory bank, and then she explains, and you're like, oh.
And then she explains how she got where she's at.
Instead
of it just being like, oh, she got sucked in a portal when she was 7, and now she's here.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of her character.
I would kind of love to see a series of her. Like she jumped through 72 dimensions. I would kind of love to see that series.
That'd be crazy.
I would. That'd be insane.
Because another issue too I have is like, they didn't explain anything about where she came from, how she got her powers. Like, does everybody on their universe or their planet have powers? Is it like
is she a mutant? Like because I think in the comics I think she's a mutant.
I think she's mutant. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I think she is. I mean, very mutant-esque powers.
Sure.
Not like, most of the X-Men is very singular.
Yeah.
Cyclops.
They got their thing.
And she's just out here punching holes in universes, which is dope.
Yeah. Great. But again, like, that's what I'm talking about when I say there was no, like, moments. There was nothing like... You felt
You're
like
bugging.
You felt like
you are bugging.
Deeply.
You are bugging if you tell me there's not a moment from the time Wanda shows up to the Illuminati.
No.
Are you shitting me?
No.
That entire scene didn't do anything for you?
Wait, the scene of her hopping into the other Wanda?
No. Yes. Sorry.
Because she goes...
When Strange is being questioned by the Illuminati.
Right.
And she breaches.
Yeah.
That did nothing for you.
It didn't do...
Because, goddamn, that was rough.
No,
She turned your boy into a bowl of spaghetti.
Oh, yeah, that fight scene. That was like, but the fight scene was like cool and crazy, which is another reason why I didn't like it. I'm gonna do my whole rant after y'all.
No,
done.
I'm not talking about cool and crazy. I'm talking about like emotional.
Yeah, you didn't feel any emotions during that fight scene?
No, because we got introduced to the character 2 minutes before.
Are you talking about the Illuminati scene? Like
When Wanda kills everybody.
Oh, I felt nothing.
You felt nothing.
No,
I felt excitement, and then I realized that they were killing everybody. That's what I felt.
I was legit sad.
I was like
Oh,
shocked.
you're a child. Like what?
I was shocked because the first death was the most gruesome death we've ever seen from Marvel.
Yeah.
Who did she kill first?
The
Black Bolt.
Black Bolt.
Yeah.
Black Bolt.
Yeah.
Other than that-
The line, what mouth? That didn't do nothing for you?
No. Okay, hold on. So,
Yeah, it was like a shocking moment, but I didn't.
have either of you seen The Evil Dead?
I know about it, yeah.
So it's Sam Raimi's like I don't think it's his first movie,
That's what he's most known for.
but yeah, the guy at the end with the like he's the main character in The Evil Dead, Ash. But like like horror movie, it's about like spirits and zombies. Very like the horror stuff in that movie was great.
Yeah.
Like I would have loved like a real like. Granted, it's Marvel. You have to do generic, but like a real like a bunch more like horror stuff where you have like sympathy for like and that's the thing they were trying to like go for was like sympathy for the villain. Bruh. You're just like, oh man,
Mr. Fantastic is a bowl of rubber bands.
right?
She blew Black Adam's face out.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that wasn't like. No, I didn't really care.
Carter got cut in half
I didn't care.
by the shield.
Did you know them or something? Like,
Like,
Because that was.
you don't feel any empathy for these characters? Goddamn.
No.
I hated the Inhuman show, and I like we just met Mr. Fantastic. Did you feel something for them?
I did.
That's the thing. I think this movie is entirely based around you getting instantly like emotionally attached to these people. There's nothing there. Like there's nothing like it's not real. Like like it's not like when you think back to like granted you can't do this for every single movie, but when you think back to Iron Man, like yes, by the end of the movie is he still like a smarmy guy? Like yes, he's learning to grow and whatnot, but you are invested in that character. I wasn't invested in any of those characters. Even Steven, I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
is he gonna get? Is he better? Is he less of a dick? Like I'm confused. Like I'm confused on his like.
I hate y'all.
I kind of want to do, because I've already thought about your whole thing of like rewriting the movie.
Rewrite it, Chris. Do it.
Let's get your ideas, Chris. What do you
All
got?
right. So I already said the first opening scene, trash it.
Yeah, for
Put
sure.
the scene of America's parents getting sucked in the portal and everything.
I think it was an important scene, but I definitely don't
then
think
it
should've been
opens on
open.
that, and you're like, who is that? Like,
Yeah.
Why is that? Anyways, and then
Because you start off immediately with like
Fat question.
mothers being ripped away from their child.
Yeah.
That's a big
That's
emotional
a
hit.
rough. Yeah.
and then you can still open it with Strange waking up shocked, but we have no idea why. And then as the story progresses, like it did, they meet America, which by the way, it's the CGI with Gargantua.
Yeah,
That was horrible.
awful.
Was that the?
The big eye monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. And then when they're sitting at the diner, that's when she can explain like how she got there and like the Strange she met, and he can mention to Wong like, I had a dream about this and everything. And as the story progresses, that dream slowly starts filling in the gap until we get to where they actually meet or go to where the book of Vishanti is, and that's when he puts it all together that's what the dream was of them, the other Strange trying to get to the book.
Well, the thing is, I did like the concept that America knows that dreams are different realities. Mm-hmm. I did like that concept.
Pause on that. Can I travel through
I felt really sad for you. Whenever she said that, I was like, oh, Marcus. Whenever she said, I don't dream, I was like, oh, Marcus.
I like. Have you ever seen those? Like I've seen a couple TikToks where like dudes will like catch something off the side of a table and they're like, "Damn, all right, I'm not smiling." And that's what literally what I thought. I was like, "All right."
You know that half second. We all did it like as a kid or as like a 20-something-year-old person where you're just like, am I Batman? Like, am I a superhero right now? Like,
And then,
Wolverine.
I did some Krav Maga
Claws.
moves. I was like,
And then Wanda. They definitely could have delayed her showing that she was the bad person.
yeah.
Like the fact that like as soon as we meet her, admitted into the conversation, it's like, oh yeah, I did that. I was bad, and I'm actually evil, and either you hand her over, or I'm gonna kill you.
Because I think a good horror movie requires a little bit of intrigue, a little bit of like, what?
Because I think it would have been a lot cooler to see her come and help them, and like try and build a relationship with America, and like fight these monsters that she sent after her, and then reveal halfway through the movie like, oh yeah, that was me.
And then the second half is just a full horror movie. And then
My-
running
Yeah,
away from-
and then you could put the fight scene with Wanda and the.
I get
the
that,
sanctum
but
and-
my argument against that is the back half of the when Strange had the line, that was her going easy on us or whatever that line was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You know, like that. You only get that, and you're just like, oh god, like what's fixing to happen? Then you get the dreamwalk.
Yeah, dreamwalking.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I feel like the whole like this sounds messed up, but the whole Illuminati, like the whole Earth 838, that whole part of the movie, I think was entirely so that Strange could tell Christine that he loves her.
No.
I mean,
I think that was to depict that Wanda will kill anybody.
yeah, but like,
Those are supposed to be the like strongest people,
and she can destroy them.
and she like in mom jeans barefoot
yeah,
bodied all of them.
They're not meant to be the strongest. They're meant to be a judge panel.
Of the strongest minds and
Strongest
smartest
minds, yes.
people.
yeah, there's most
Like-
people in that universe. Yeah,
I mean,
Which what
Captain
did make
Marvel.
it weird or like pretty crazy when she snapped Professor X's
yeah.
head.
Yeah.
rough scene.
Yeah.
That's a straight up scene from Evil Dead.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And then
But yeah, super rough to see Dr. Xavier just get God like that, man. Goddamn.
yeah,
You didn't feel anything when
No, because I once she killed Black Bolt, I was like, oh yeah, this is what's happening. Like I was
Yeah.
like, oh, like they're all. I thought maybe Captain Carter would like get away or something like that, but I was like, nah, she's gonna like
murk all of them.
murk all. Yeah, like I kind of figured that out. I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty.
The only fight scenes that I found like not even like emotional, just like really cool was the ones with Doctor Strange. Like with him and I'm bad at names. The dude from the first Doctor Strange.
Baron
Mordo.
Mordo, yeah.
That fight was cool because apparently he already fought him
Right.
in between the time, and we just didn't see it. And then when the two Doctor Strange battled with the music, that scene was.
I really liked the music fight.
really?
It was a little hacky.
You liked that.
It was hacky, but in like as far as like a comic book kind of way.
It was very comic book.
It was very comic booky.
Yeah.
Like you just have to. And that was kind of a moment where you just have to be like, okay, this is for us.
This is still
Like,
a comic book.
this-
Like, oh yeah, this is based in comic books. Okay.
Yeah, like this is not like this is purely I'm gonna throw Beethoven's Fifth at you. Like it's very dumb, very dumb.
I picture him grabbing the book of music.
It's just hucking a score out.
I'm surprised you like that. That was probably one of my least favorite scenes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Because of how hacky.
Yeah,
it
because
was.
how hacky it was. I was like,
Yeah, I knew it was hacky, but I really liked the way they did it.
it was done really well. I liked
Yeah.
the like the cinematography and the.
Because that was the world where what was that world?
That was a collision world, I thought.
Oh yeah, an incursion world. Yeah,
Incursion.
Yeah,
But
And Strange is just left there to like die, basically.
right. Yeah, it's just him.
It's rough, dude.
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna kind of go through my main points of what I
Yeah.
thought. Now, I didn't think there was really any story to the movie. There was a plot, but I didn't feel any story. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I
Like you said, you had to see the other movies in order to get the full story and build up. Secondly, there was absolutely no weight to this story. They easily could have let Wanda do what she wanted and everything would have been fine. Nobody had to die.
because who died?
Everybody.
Everybody.
I mean, well,
The
that,
Illuminati.
She murked
the-
that entire planet.
The freaking everybody at the Sanctum.
see, like we should have cared about that more.
Exactly.
I did.
Didn't care about it at all.
I think you guys are just sociopaths. Furthering my
But you
point.
you cared about it?
Yes.
Did you care about that green bull man? That was
Little bit.
purely a like comic like
I was like, hey, that's cool, man.
that was he's like
That was a shout out to Shang-Chi.
Oh, is he from? I know he's from the comics or whatever.
That's where I picked it up from. I was like, because I vaguely remember there being like anamorphic warriors in Shang-Chi.
He's some kind of he's like related to Doctor Strange like a little more. I think. I don't know,
I'm not sure, but yeah, no, I felt
but you're like
like that was a dope. You didn't feel like again you get the Sam Raimi scene of Wanda showing up in Homeboy's head, run away. Like you felt nothing.
in Professor X's head.
No. When Wanda first gets to the
She gets in his head and is like whispers to run.
yeah,
Which was in whose head?
in just one of the
Just
random
one of the
warriors.
And he runs and it breaks the shield for her to.
Oh yeah, no. See, here's the thing. I could have dealt with I could have used so much more like remember that one tunnel scene of them like and she like appears like it's a jump scare kind of thing. Like more of that.
Oh, easily.
More
like
of
the
that,
scene when
please.
she's coming like out of the gong and like coming through the
Terrifying.
reflections. That was cool.
Like
that
I want to be purely scared of her. Like I wanted to be more,
Everything she did. Everything she did was terrifying.
Yeah, no.
But she
Like,
didn't. She didn't do anything to anyone important. They made us think that she did something to Wong, but that's happened so many
Yeah,
times.
yeah,
Movies
I
now, like
thought
when they
Wong was
did it,
gonna
I was
die.
like, really again?
I was sad when I thought Wong died.
You thought that's how they were gonna kill Wong?
I don't know, man.
They would have an outlash if they did that.
No, yeah,
Bro, I thought they were going towards the Game of Thrones.
They down. This is
No,
another
Wa-
issue I have is they
Wong's the Phil
downplayed.
Coulson of this phase right now. I think.
They downplayed Wanda's death. Hard.
Is she dead? I don't think she's dead.
I don't think she did.
I don't think so either, but the way they made it seem like she died, they downplayed it. Because it was like the building fall, her thing explode, and like, I don't know, just the way it was put together with the music and everything, it's like they didn't let anything finish.
It was a little rushed.
Yeah. And then, like you said, the scene where she goes and sees the kids and all that, that should have been a lot
That
more
should have been
in
longer.
debt and a
That
lot
should have been
heavier.
longer. You're right.
Like talk about like heavy, like on that like Jessica Jones level of just like just traumatic. Yeah, no, I could have used a little bit more like trauma and some like weight to it. It's like honestly, whenever she said they will be missed, I didn't fully hear what she said, or not they will be missed. They will be loved. I didn't fully hear what she said. I was like what? Like I needed subtitles in that one moment. I was like, did she say that? Okay, cool. We're moving on. All right, like
We didn't get anything from Vision. No mention of him at all.
no. It would have been cool. I heard a thing about it, like it would have been cool to have him like walk down the stairs whenever
That's
they're
what
like
I,
talking.
that's what I thought
like,
was gonna happen when she
See?
when she did
Heavy.
did the Dreamwalker thing
Yeah.
and like she was behind the stairs. I thought like we were gonna see a human version of him come out, and like that's how they were able to have kids and stuff.
Damn, that would have been wild.
Yeah.
Right. Like I think it could have. Again, my whole argument.
I'm not okay.
against
So
this movie-
I'm not against your argument, but there's arguments for every movie of what you could have done better.
Yes.
That's how movies work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, hold on.
I'm stating what could have made it good.
I everything that you guys saying, I agree with.
That's like listening to like a top performer and saying, "Oh, you messed up at that one spot, though." The rest of that was like awesome. Like you take like a good movie and be
That's
like,
where I'm at, and that is not where you guys are at emotionally.
No, because I think you see it more as like 30-70 of like 70 being good, and we see it as 30 being good and 70 being
That's
bad.
bonkers if you think only 30% of that movie was good.
Yeah.
and go rewatch that. The wedding scene looks fake. Everything.
That's another issue I had. I didn't feel anything with everything going on with Christine.
It took me a little bit to remember the character. I'll give
Because
you
I
that.
felt like he was over that in the first Doctor Strange, and that was part of the story of him like accepting who he is now,
Right.
and like getting rid of that life, moving on from her, dealing with his hands, and like
Yeah.
getting to that, and then we rewind and go all the way back to that.
Because as
And it
far as
was-
like character development for him, did he grow at all? Did he he got another eye? Like
No, he proved that he was a good. That's the most good Strange.
is that what you got from that?
Yeah.
no,
What?
because he wouldn't have used the Darkhold. That is that.
He
brings me
used
to
the
another
Darkhold
point.
for the betterment of everybody else.
But this is another issue I had.
Strange
As
is a
soon as
bad
he
guy.
met that other Strange, there was no kind of like conflict in his head or anything. He was like, I need that book. And that was it. There was no him debating that discussion or anything, especially when he just told Wanda how bad of a person she is for using it.
Because I heard a thing. Someone was saying whenever that doctor guy asked him at the beginning was like, you know, you looked at all the options. Was that really the best option for how this all could have ended? He was like, yes. But I heard a thing. It was like, maybe there was an option where he died.
Yeah.
And he didn't pick it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't entirely think he's a good guy.
No,
And
he's not. But he's the smartest person in the MCU.
false.
I mean, currently he's kind of up.
Smartest.
He's kind of up there right now.
Yeah. Right now, yeah.
I mean,
Reed
he was-
Richards didn't die.
Because no one else in the besides. I mean, if Reed Richards is out there, like, no one else is like
Since Reed
Which
Richards.
technically is because
Mr. Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
technically Kang is a descendant of Mr. Fantastic.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Nathaniel Richards. That's what they said in Loki or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
He's like the 31st generation
yeah.
from him because he's from the year like 3000 something or whatever.
Jesus.
Well, and they casually brought up like, Reed Richards. He casually brought up like he has his kids like, and Franklin Richards, his son, is like stronger than Wanda, as far as like universe. He can destroy universes with like snap of. Like, he's like more powerful than like Thanos or whatever. They casually brought him up, and then of course they like kill him and stuff like that. We're just like,
When did they do that?
See, and
he was like,
that's-
oh yeah, my kids, and like they just casually like,
Oh, when
'cause he
Wanda was
saying,
like, "Do
I
you have a
understand,
wife?"
like I have kids and stuff.
right, yeah, it's like just casually brought that up. And it's just like, but I purely think that scene was a test for John Krasinski.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes
We didn't even get to see
I
him
do
fight.
think that. I think that was like a do we like John Krasinski as a
I thought it was great.
We saw him for
Yeah.
2 minutes.
I mean, yeah, but like I believed that he was strange.
I need to see him
not
be-
strange. I believe that he was
Well,
Mr.
yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Like,
I need to see him be more of a mean guy. Like, because Reed Richards is kind of a mean guy.
That's fair.
Like all the smart guys. Like that's the thing. Like all the smart guys in the Marvel universe are kind of mean.
Yeah.
Like they're all mean dudes.
Well, I mean, even in Mr. Manhattan. I know it's not MCU.
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, yeah, that's
Yeah. So smart guys.
part of their character
Yeah.
is being
Yeah.
not the best person, but just like being a little sociopathic,
Right.
being a little bit like, no, this is logically, this makes the most sense.
So yeah, I get that Doctor Strange I get that he is a mean guy, but at the end of the day, he needs to be redeemable, or he needs to be redeemed. I'm waiting for him to get redeemed. It took Iron Man a lot. It took him 21 movies to get fully redeemed.
So I mean, he's just the next guy up. Like, I think you have this expectation because
We're gonna get to the end, and like it's gonna be Doctor Strange who sacrifices himself, like
Yeah.
in like 15 movies.
I believe that that's probably going to be the case.
Because I was saying this too recently, what it's felt like the original Avengers characters and everything. We got 3 movies to build our characters, 3 Avengers to build their arcs, everything. I feel like they're trying to cram these new characters into one movie. The ones that do have movies. Like Shang-Chi felt like they were trying to get everything. Like, I don't want more from Shang-Chi. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not waiting for the next movie to come out.
But that's just me loving
Well, I just
old school kung fu movies.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
I just want to watch more of those.
I'd need more
bus
of those in my
the
life.
bus fights.
Yeah,
I just want to watch those.
But see, but you want that. The story-wise,
Story, I thought
kind of over.
I thought,
yeah,
like,
as far
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Which is
well, no,
which is what I was.
There's the
because
whole
it ended
mystery
with
the mystery
with
of the
Wong
rings,
bringing
yeah,
him in.
they throw in the little like, oh, this is a cliffhanger of they're gonna do a team up sometime.
Yeah, well, that just means that he's going to be a sorcerer at some point as well.
Well, yeah,
No, not a
not a
sorcerer.
sorcery, but
Not a sorcerer.
Because they're alien. The rings are.
Yeah.
But no one knows what.
my point
Well.
is I feel like they're trying to rush stuff right now. a
I
little
get
too
that.
quick.
But also, I think it's the roles of each movie. Because you're not going to sit here and tell me that the first Avengers was any good.
Like Captain America or
No.
Thor.
Ultron. Age of Ultron.
That's the second.
Age of Ultron
Second.
is one of my favorite Marvel movies. You need to rewatch that movie.
I've rewatched it. It's not good. Are you sure?
This like the character development in that story, like especially with they have the next like scene when they're all arguing about Ultron and everything, and how that it wasn't good. Like by itself when it first came out, I'll give you that. But now that everything's came out after it and you rewatch it, it ties in everything.
Yeah.
But what,
and
like-
that's, again, everything that you guys are arguing against me about Multiverse of Madness is like the exact same thing. Like, it
Clark,
feels.
how much of that movie though is like set up? Like
That
the whole-
movie is 100 based in setup. 100% based in setup.
like that whole like Thor scene of him going to the swimming pool, like to go like understand like what those dreams meant and stuff like that. That's like a solid like 10 minutes of him like setting up like Infinity War. Like it's all just him being like, oh, we're gonna get to the Infinity Stones eventually.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we?
Well,
I like.
I feel like the part of that too is him trying to find his, like he's still trying to find his purpose, which he still is now.
Still trying to find it.
Yeah.
That's shout out Love and Thunder.
Because he got
Pumped
banished
for
from
that.
Earth in the first one. He didn't know what was really going on in the second one. Third one, his sister shows up and his dad dies, and now he's really screwed. And then his brother dies.
And now half of his planet's lost, and he's no longer king. So,
Thor has gone through the most stuff.
Yeah, he's gone
out
through the
of
most.
any-
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So Wanda needs to suck it up, really.
I don't know, man. You have to kill your husband by like ripping his face out. That's a pretty rough way to go. And then,
yeah, Wanda's messed up. Like, no,
for like things to pull up and be like, oh, word, bloop, 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 bloop. He's alive now. Yoink. Like, that's a.
she went through some bad stuff.
that's going to get you.
But
To take over a whole town?
mom dies,
Maybe
your
not.
dad dies, your brother dies, half of your town dies.
Well, yeah, but he's also a good person. Wanda's
Not is she a?
But he could easily be bad.
yeah, but Wanda also grew up in a war-torn Romania,
So Slovakia.
Slovakia.
No, not Slovakia.
No.
Sokovia.
Sokovia.
Fake. It's fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she gets nuked. Like her family gets not nuked, but
Yeah, they get
Bombed.
Bombed. Yeah.
Yeah. She becomes bad, works with the bad people, redeems herself, and then becomes bad again.
yeah. So she never redeemed herself. You just thought she was going to be a good person.
No, she did. She did. Gained
No, she
better.
believed in Vision.
No, like in in Ultron, she's like a good. She's an Avenger. She's chilling.
I can't remember Ultron. I just remember.
No, not in Ultron. In Civil War. She's chilling. Like
Yeah.
she like her and Vision weren't like together yet. They were like talking, but they weren't like
They weren't anything.
a couple.
yet.
Like she was just a
I forgot about Civil War.
yeah. Like she was.
I remember.
I really like the character of Ultron, and I really hope they bring him back somehow.
I think there's some alluding to him not being dead.
He was there in the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the Ultron we saw.
No. Yeah.
But
That's one that it
The
went.
theory
well.
is like it's a version of Ultron that like Reed Richards created, or maybe there was an empty chair. There's supposed to be a Tony Stark there.
Yeah, Tom Cruise, Tony Stark. Which apparently they cut like 45 minutes out of the movie.
That's another thing. The movie was only 2 hours long. Like it ended, I was like, that did not feel long enough.
Yeah, no, yeah. They
It
cut out,
definitely could have been longer. I expected it to be much longer.
they
I
cut out
did
a
too.
bunch
I
of
was going in
cameos
expecting it to be close to 3 hours,
Yeah.
and then it ended, and it was not the time I was expecting to be when I checked my phone. And I was like, huh?
Yeah, I went to the 5 o'clock show and got out it was like 7:30. I was like, no, this is wrong.
But and then, like I said, with there not being any weight, because I feel like this movie was set up a bunch with WandaVision, with Loki, with Spider-Man,
Oh yeah,
with all of these things, and I feel like this movie didn't matter, other than Wanda's not there anymore. Like, I thought this movie was going to set up a huge multiversal conflict, like universes
Well, yeah.
were going to crash together.
That's the thing.
And
that
none of that happened.
A lot of people have to as Marvel fans, we kind of have to get over that part. Is that we all thought this was gonna be we thought this was gonna be huge.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but
And then
at the same time, Multiverse of Madness, there still should have been more, in my opinion. With
there should have
the
been more
name,
madness.
with the setup. The only thing I felt was different was they went to a different world, which felt the same as watching Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor. It didn't feel like we were completely in a new universe. I felt like what would have made it cooler is if we would have seen at least one universe that looked exactly like the one we saw, but there was a couple things different. Like maybe Tony Stark didn't die, or maybe Thanos still won, and they hadn't figured out how to defeat him yet.
that's when you get into what if territory, and that's just
But that's what all the other universes are.
yeah.
That's fair. I definitely agree that they missed the mark on the "they will be loved" scene. They missed the mark on not having Vision come down the stairs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The pacing a little off.
could have had a little more horror. I think it's a little more horror.
I think it was a quality amount of horror. I think you missed some of the nuancy bits of it.
When did those demons show up? The ones that were
When he was dreamwalking the dead person, zombie.
Yeah.
yeah. I could have to do some scares with those. They kind of just popped up, and they were kind of like Dementors, like in Harry Potter. They just kind of like they weren't spooky. They were just kind of
I mean,
we're monsters.
they went after Christine, right?
No.
no.
Well,
Yeah, they did. She had to use
one of them did, and then she used the thing that banished him to hell,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is cool. Because I didn't realize it, but if you watch the first Doctor Strange picks that up to fight
Oh.
Yes.
and he's like, "Do you know how to use that?" And that's why he hesitates, because it banishes you to hell.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was a good movie. I think y'all are bugging, and y'all had As y'all do, you have really high expectations.
Hot take. It's at the very bottom of the list for me.
Oh,
on all
you're
Marvel
bugging.
movies.
You're
No. It's above the Thor movies. I'll give him that. The first two Thors.
The first two Thors are very thin. As far as
You think that was better than Black Widow? That was worse than Black Widow?
It's kind of on the same realm for me.
You're full of shit. You're a liar, sir.
yeah, but Black Widow, there was some like the vest thing bothered me. As far as like
Black
when you talk
Widow
about like
still
things
had a
that bothered
story.
me, like
Like there, like I felt weight in not necessarily weight because you knew that it was.
There's no way in it
place-
because she dies. She's already
I'm not
dead.
talking about that. I'm talking about the story of being introduced to her family and learning what happens to them.
yeah. Oh, okay. That was it might be like my last like point. This is kind of a like, what was the theme of this movie?
I'm telling you, it is proof that he is the most sane Doctor Strange. He's the most put together Strange.
I didn't feel
Even
that
though he literally grows a third eye at the end of it.
I didn't get the third eye part. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was my story arch until I got to that scene. I was like, ah, damn it. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, that was my problem with like when he meets the Dark Strange or whatever, and as soon as he sees the Darkhold, he's just immediately, I need that to get back. Doesn't have any second thought about using it and the consequences of using it, anything. And I feel like there should have been because
he knew the consequences because it's the root is if there's evil in your heart, that's gonna latch onto that.
That's not what they said. They said any
No,
reader.
it just causes evil. In you.
It causes but it's
Yeah.
like what I understood of it is that it latches on to like.
Oh, it's not the Captain American serum. They literally said the reader gets.
Yes, but that's
taken
proof,
over.
Like Wanda is the strongest witch in the universe. She isn't strong enough to fend off a book. That Strange isn't strong enough to fend off a book. Like he was able to get through it and like still be a sound individual.
I mean, I get that.
I don't.
But at the same
really
time,
don't think that
it's-
was like the theme of the movie.
But at the
I
same,
might be reaching.
yeah,
But like that's
a
what I
reach.
got. What I got of it because you open up with the first Strange and he's just like immediately he's like, I'm sorry, dog. I gotta kill you. Like that's not you don't want that from me.
Because
But
if
see,
you
the
wanted
problem
to
is
do a
we didn't
thing,
see any of that before. Of what led that Strange in her to that moment.
For sure. But again, this is how I pieced it together. Is that like it immediately goes to I need to kill you so that way they don't get the power.
But it wasn't immediate. It was his last resort.
Last resort. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like within the scene, ride with me here, all right? Dude, Jesus.
I'm
And
just
then
saying, he tried to do so much.
and
before he
then
did that.
then America finds this Strange and she's immediately like, you just tried to kill me. Probably shouldn't trust you. And he's like, you're gonna have to. Proves that he's trustworthy. Same thing with Christine. I keep saying Christine. That's not her name.
that's interesting.
It is Christine.
It's Christine.
Right. Yeah. Same thing with Christine. The last Strange created all these incursions, and we had to kill him. I can't trust you. And he's like, you're gonna have to. And then he's proves to be trustworthy. Like I feel like the main theme of that movie is that he is the most centered in his like understanding how his powers work and what is required of him.
See, but the whole thing too of like adding that third eye scene at the end is like we don't know what's going on in his head now. We don't know if the Darkhold took over him.
That's
We don't
fair.
know,
Again, that scene kind of took the legs out from underneath me
Right.
and on these thoughts. But like up until that point, I feel like
Because then the lady opens the door to Dormammu and he just steps in.
yeah.
Because to me, I feel like they could have. Here's an idea. So the whole like America was the what they call a MacGuffin, the thing everyone's got to like get.
Yeah.
Everyone like they were trying to get America's powers. I think they could have like not done that. I think it could have been more of a story of a mother trying to find her sons and a daughter trying to find her mother's. A little bit more about that kind of relationship.
Okay.
If they leaned into that a little bit more and dug really deep into that like mother child relationship and like understood like that kind of thing, like, America could have been like that way. America, her punching into that like universe could have been like I'm helping you understand that this is like not good. That would have made that much more impactful rather than like I'm gonna steal your power and then go do that, because she could already dream walk. So it's like, why do you need her power?
To another point, every time we talk, it reminds me of another one. I'm gonna finish my other one. But you were saying about Doctor Strange, like knowing that he has good, but there still wasn't any talk about the consequences if he does it and he turns out he can't control himself. You know what I mean? It would have been much better to see him at least debate it for a minute, or maybe have the Dark Strange like talk him into using it, or I don't know. I just felt like it was very
keen to go into the dark
out there
side.
to just
You guys hear that?
cup fell.
Oh, cup fell. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It felt very off that he was immediately just went for it without second thought, what it seemed like. But my second point is, how the hell did America like know exactly where to punch into the universe out of infinity number of universes to find Strange, to find Wanda's kids? Couldn't she use that to find her parents? Couldn't we have got that at the end?
Well, she found Strange by accident.
No.
Yeah.
She told him when he was in zombie form, "I'm gonna come for you, or I'm gonna come get you."
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was after she figured out how to tame her powers.
My point exactly.
She did
She
figure.
tamed her powers to find the kids, then she tamed her power to find Doctor Strange. If she uses that power of like thinks of what she wants to see in the universe, and then now she's there.
But
Couldn't
she's
she do
already
that
been
to
in
find-
those universes.
I think
She didn't go to the one Strange was in with Dark Strange.
I think an American
It was only
Chavez
him and
movie,
Christine.
an American Chavez movie or American Chavez series could be her finding her parents. I feel like that could have been like a whole other.
Because, like you said, she gets taken when they're going to the Book of Fazanchi by Wanda. And then it's only Strange and Christine, that end up in the universe that's melting away. But somehow America finds them out of an infinite number of universes.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Okay.
She does kind of randomly jump.
So I'm like, if she could just think about who she wants to see and get there, couldn't she think of her parents? Like, couldn't we have gotten something of that?
Hadn't she been to those places already?
No, that's what we were just talking about. She didn't go to where Dark Strange was with the universe that was...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she didn't. Yeah. That's a logic gap. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And
Another logic gap was actually at the beginning when both Strange and Wong knew about Spider-Man.
okay, that was...
Oh, but she doesn't.
Well, no.
No, okay, that was explained on...
Neither of them are supposed
video.
to.
They know of Spider-Man.
Yeah, people
Everything
still know
that happened
Spider-Man.
with Spider-Man happened. They don't know that Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
Yeah. No
Okay.
one knows who Peter Parker is.
Gotcha.
Everyone knows who Spider-Man is.
Okay. My fault.
But yeah, I just like I feel like if they, to me, like when people make good movies, and that was like kind of the other multiversal movie that came out this year, Everything Everywhere All at Once, that had a distinct theme. Like you get to a certain moment, you're just like, they don't say it directly, but they're like, this is clearly the theme of this movie.
Yeah.
There was never a moment in there where I was like, oh yeah, like I mean maybe they will be loved. Maybe that was it, but even then that was kind of like thinly
It was
like
cut-lived or short-lived.
like short-lived. Kind of said it real fast. They were like, okay, cool, all right, she's dead. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I would...
I've already said the pacing was weird.
Yeah.
It was definitely a little rushed. A couple scenes could have been flipped here and there, but I don't know, man.
Because another thing that felt off, which I didn't realize it till after I watched the movie, I was watching a breakdown on YouTube of it, and like every other scene, the dude that was doing the breakdown was like, "This is a callback to this movie that Sam Raimi did. This scene is just like this scene that he did. This scene." I'm like,
Oh yes.
why do you
Yeah.
have to have all these scenes from his other movies? Just do this movie. Just
It was purely, a lot of those were purely like Dark Man, Evil Dead, like Army of Darkness. They were
Yeah.
purely shots from those. Like
I was like I get it, but this is its own thing.
That's the issue with a couple of those directors. Like,
but no, they should. I'm totally a fan of that though, because I feel like they should have their own directorial spin on it. It should
absolutely.
be, like,
But just like
because the Marvel movies can look
the
same
difference
sometimes.
between like a Sam Raimi film and like a I just forgot his name. Goddamn, Reservoir Dogs.
Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino. Thank you. Like the difference between them is that like you know that it's going to be a completely different story from Quentin, but you know it's going to be like one of the best things ever. With Sam Raimi, it's just like, oh no, that's like a. He does the same shots. He does the same pullaways.
Yeah.
He does the same like angles. Like no matter what the story is, like you're gonna be like, if you have seen a multitude of Sam Raimi and you don't know that's your director for this film, you're gonna be able to see like, oh yeah, that has to be so and so.
Yeah.
And that's the downside of them flipping directors as much as they are.
Well, because he originally wasn't the director,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
crazy.
Which is interesting. I'm interested to see like what the original guy would have
I don't know.
ended up doing.
because I think we all agreed the first like 20, 30 minutes, super rushed. Like you were saying, it's like, oh, well, here's this thing, here's this thing, here's this. So now this is happening.
I don't think
Like-
it was like super rushed.
Not super rushed, but it was definitely rushed.
I mean, you get the first scene with introducing America. You get a loose idea of like what her powers are, and then you get Strange and Wong fighting the demon,
Yeah. They have to like. Well, why is it chasing?
and then
Which,
Yeah.
where did that monster come from? Because
Well, no, you had the wedding in between.
you have the wedding in between. Sorry,
Which
the
was
wedding slowed it down a
weird.
bit.
Weird.
yeah,
But
weird callbacks. Again, kind of weirdly shot. There's somebody in the background that I thought they were gonna pan to, and they didn't. And that kinda-
It was all like shot on a green screen. You could tell.
yeah, a little
Like
bit.
none of that room was real. I was like, this is
That
no.
makes sense. But
And
yeah,
then
then
when
they
it
find
gets-
the monster. The monster scene was pretty long.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it just felt rushed.
I'm not saying it wasn't rushed, but like
Like there wasn't anything.
I didn't feel like the pacing was rushed. I felt like the important scenes were rushed.
It's pacing.
Because like there wasn't any story happening before the action, which is what we were talking about in like Iron Man. That was weird.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, because like everything for me, everything that you're saying is like not good about the movie, is what makes it not a good movie. Like bad pacing, no like they didn't like lean into the emotional beats enough. Like
I got enough of the emotional beats.
You almost cried at Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, dude. You just meet the guy and then he just gets turned into rubber bands.
Exactly.
That's
Like,
why
that's
there wasn't any.
Crazy.
Which is the same reason like there wasn't any attachment to America. I don't know. The way they did her character, I don't know if it was just the actor or the way they
She's
set
not a
her.
good
I just
actress.
didn't feel anything with that character.
She's not a good actress. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
poor casting on their end.
Yeah, I just.
Also, how the hell do you pronounce her first name? Jesus Christ.
America?
No, like the
At the
actress's
actual
name.
actor.
Oh, I believe it's Xochitl.
Excuse me.
Xochitl?
Yeah.
XOCHITL.
Yeah, that's a wild name.
Yeah,
I think
Wasn't my favorite.
I think it wasn't my favorite movie, of course not. But I understood the role it was supposed to play.
which was. Because that's what I'm.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out
confused
too.
on. I don't know what that movie.
This
was like.
I think
was
this
for.
cleared up the idea of the multiverse.
Okay.
Like like 100% multiverse exists.
Yeah.
Check.
But you
Check
got
that
that
box.
from Loki.
You got an idea of it. Well, sorry, yes, but like in movie form. Like this is the first time you're seeing it in the movie.
It is the first time we're
No,
seeing
because
multiple.
Spider-Man.
That's true.
Yeah, but that didn't make sense. Like that,
It
like,
made
there
a
was
lot
no,
more sense than
there,
this movie.
there was no, it was just like cool. There's other Spider-Mans here, gang.
To me, I think the big like thing of this movie is the idea of incursions.
That's what I was leading to. It's like
At the end of the day-
that there's a heavy set issues with multiverses, and then secondly, like you can't just be messing with them because there's gonna be problems.
Or you get like the mutant universe clashes in, and boom, we got mutants. Like that's to me, that's the as far as like MCU things go. I'm like, oh yeah, this is like the Incursions Exist movie. Like,
Yeah, Incursions exists. It's a step closer to
Very
Young
nuts.
Avengers, and again, I think it proves that Doctor Strange that's the best Doctor Strange.
maybe. I don't think so.
I don't.
I stand by that idea. I stand by that idea.
Part of me also feels like if Wanda did die, it was to get kind of rid of that character because of how OP or overpowered
Oh yeah,
she's
For sure.
become. And like it'd be very hard to actually have a villain with somebody that's, which is why I think they also haven't brought Adam Warlock, but I think they're supposed to bring him in on the third Guardians of the Galaxy.
yeah, I think so.
That's the
He was the guy that originally killed Thanos. He was in the end scene of 2.
yeah.
The what are we gonna call this golden god? Adam.
And then they haven't led anywhere with that yet. That was 7-8 years ago.
2014. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's my whole thing about the movie is just if you want me to be like fully invested in the movie, have some like kind of like I guess like an emotional. When you say there's story, sorry, there's plot, but there's no story. To me, like if you don't have any emotional through line, that's the missing.
Because like the scene when
Missing
she
piece.
fights everybody at the Sanctum, she didn't kill anybody important. She killed all the wizard stuff, but everybody who was important got away. Well, Wong got a little tortured, but other than that, like it just didn't feel any. I don't know.
I'm just amazed she killed the entire magic world.
Yeah.
She just killed the entire magic world. I'm just like,
She just bodied everybody without even
Which I
trying.
thought, but then like the horn dude comes back at the end, which I thought she killed
oh yeah.
from the
Okay, so maybe she didn't kill everybody.
yeah.
I mean, she just bodied up the entire place. Again, they
Which is
didn't.
expected. I mean, literally in the book, it says she's meant to rule the universe.
See, yeah, they should have. The whole like rule the universe thing.
And then she told him, "I only want my kids. Let her have the damn multiverse power. Go let her have her kids." Like
That's such
none
a
of this needed to happen.
that is such a Power Rangers move to go like I want to rule the universe. Don't do that. That is so just like full on like animated series. Like don't. That's so early.
Yeah.
We're so early in this phase. Don't go. I want to rule the universe. Pause. Pause. Let her try to get because it would have been cool if she would have tried the whole like dream walking thing, and America was like, "Stop doing that. You're really gonna screw things up. Stop doing that. Like I know, don't do that." And then, like, that would have been so much better than I gotta get her like power.
'Cause
Shut up.
Also,
Like,
nothing they did affected the universe they were doing anything in.
like 616, like the main like Marvel universe.
Yeah, like them going through universe and stuff. It didn't affect anything.
Oh yeah, this is one that no one
Like it didn't destroy a universe. It didn't throw off a whole whatever. Like the Illuminati and the who's literally the judge of multiversal threats, died, but they're already part of a multiversal thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we'll see what implications that has in the future, if that has anything, but...
Yeah, I mean, it can't be good.
But it didn't feel like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't lean into it more.
Gotta lean in.
Yeah.
Punch. You get why it's a bad movie now.
No, I still think y'all are wrong. I hear all your points. Still think y'all are full of shit. But yeah, no, I hear what you're saying.
I'll give it another watch, but... I
don't know. I might not watch it again. I don't.
I'll give it another watch just because it's Marvel, but...
I mean, I might watch the music fighting scene, but like... Chopin!
I can't believe you guys didn't feel anything when the Illuminati got.
No.
No.
Like, that's crazy. That's crazy that you
They
guys didn't feel anything.
There was no attachment. Yeah.
Yeah, how'd you get attached to them so fast? Because I didn't get attached to them
It
at
was...
all.
all
Because
those
they're the
characters
ultimate good.
All those characters showing up was fan service.
Sure, but they are like the depiction of the ultimate good.
Because that's not even the original Illuminati.
Is it not?
No.
Nope.
Not even close. The only person that's there who's originally there is Reed Richards.
Yeah. Because it's
And Professor X. I think.
Mr. Fantastic, Professor X, Iron Man, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, and Namor, the Submariner. He's like Aquaman.
Yeah.
That's the original. So nowhere. I mean, Captain Marvel being Maria Rambeau and stuff like that. I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, they're doing the thing.
Yeah, that was cool. Like to see a different outcome of the
Yeah.
Captain Marvel movie, whatever.
But yeah, I didn't.
I don't know, man.
I
Shoot
watched
down the
them.
wrong jet.
I watched them die. I was like,
Y'all crazy.
all right, next scene. Here we go.
Well, it was the same thing like you said. Like, I feel like if they didn't start with the most gruesome death, it would have been a little bit more impactful. But they started with the most gruesome one, and it was like, okay, they're all dead. Like it's like it was already.
Well, that's the issue with Black Bolt's. Black Bolt's so like, as far as talking about like OP, he just says anything and whatever's
He
in front
whispered,
of him
"I'm sorry."
gets
and
like destroyed. Like,
That's pretty wild.
yeah, he's like
if he yelled, he'd
powerful.
probably destroy a planet.
I'm trying to think what happened, because at one point in the comics he did like yell, and it really messed up some stuff.
That's terrifying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's powerful.
That's a terrifying power.
Is Black Bolt in the?
he's inhuman.
No, is he in the Illuminati originally?
I
He
feel
might
like
be.
I think
He
he
might
is.
be.
Yeah, he is too.
The Illuminati basically sounds like OP Marvel.
Yeah, it's everyone that's like, don't mess with them,
Just don't.
because they were originally they kept all the Infinity Stones. Each of them got one, and so that's to like, let's keep these away from people. Mm-hmm. The six of us can hold these. We're just gonna keep these away from everybody.
Damn, I miss Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do there.
And I feel like
We'll see next year, but
they could have put at least one or two more things in from What If, since they were already doing it. You know what I mean?
yeah, but you don't want to lean too hard into like you have to watch the TV shows to get this,
Yeah.
because then you like alienate a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about fan service. Like, that would be super aggressive fan service.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole Wanda thing though, of Westview and stuff like that, you have to.
And I wish they would have mentioned something from Loki. Like,
See, I don't know how that works. I don't know. I think everyone was kind of expecting for all that stuff to like wrap together, and they didn't.
because, like, I know that none of them know about Kang. Because that happens far in the future, and he's, like, nitpick. But the scene when they show Black Bolt killing the old, like, their Doctor Strange or whatever.
Yeah.
The CGI of them on Titan as well, that was not good either.
So the CGI was definitely, super
Which-
thin.
I kind of get, like, you could say, well, it wasn't supposed to be, like, full in detail because it was a flashback memory kind of thing, but
So
they definitely could have done a better job.
the big thing too we have to remember is that when was all this stuff being filmed?
It's true.
2020. Like Loki, WandaVision, they were planning on.
But Loki had some amazing CGI.
Yeah, but they were planning all of it being more like, you know, put together. Like Strange was going to appear in WandaVision, all that stuff, and you know, scheduling and stuff didn't work out, and there was plans for it to be more connected, I think.
But this movie was supposed to come out in 2020, and they delayed it to now so they could work on all that stuff. Right.
Yeah, they like added more cameos and stuff like that, and I think they added some of them just for filler. Sadly, but like
I believe that.
Because you can. It's weird when they're in the throne room, not the throne room scene, but yeah, the Illuminati scene. They don't look like they're all in the same place. Like really think about it. Does it look like
Captain
any
Carter
of them
stood out to me?
Does it look like any of them like interacting with like each other?
Yeah,
I don't think they're interacting with each other in that scene. So
another thing too, like it's not a big deal. Again, just nitpicking. They're like big monsters that show up at the throne. Like I get it's like kind of like it's a comic book movie.
What were those again?
They didn't say anything about them. They just showed up and we're here to serve you.
Oh yeah,
the demons. Yeah,
her
whatever the hell.
Yeah.
That was.
And then they had her power somehow.
They had
the big one did or whatever.
A watered down version of her power. Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird.
Because the dark hole is technically like.
I just feel like not enough stuff was explained.
Or something. I don't know.
It was.
I just think it was too short.
It became my fear of what I was talking
short?
about with like the first introduction of multiverse with Loki. That, it happens because it's the multiverse. That's just the way it is. And I feel like they're kind of leaning on that, which I was very scared of.
Yeah, well, one of these days they really need to like. I mean, that could be the entire purpose of this like, this next big thing in Marvel is to get to the point where they're like, no more multiverse stuff.
I hope so.
Let's do all the multiverse stuff now and get rid of all of it eventually and just be like, our incursion happens, all of it's together. All right, cool. No more multiverse. Just to get.
I'm hoping that's what they're pushing for because, like you said, it's going to get heavy.
Incursions, baby.
When's the next thick one? Because I don't think Love and Thunder is going to be super thick.
Nope.
I think it's just going to be a good movie.
It might be with Gore the God Butcher.
I mean, I think it'll be a thick storyline, but as far as like MCU story, I don't think it's going to be crazy thick.
Wasp. Or
Quantumania.
Quantumania is probably the next one.
That's when Kang shows up as a villain for the first time.
Yeah, that's our next. It's supposed to be like not that Kang too, right?
I have no idea.
I think it's a different.
I think it's a different one.
Yeah.
And Kang's supposed to be like the Thanos of this phase, of like the next 10 years or whatever they do it as.
Oh, you think he's gonna try? I wonder if he's gonna try to like jump multiverses.
Probably.
Because he can jump through time, but he can't jump through
space,
different universes.
Well, he was making sure it was staying as one universe.
Right. Well, then why would he?
Because they purged which there's a theory that he only purged the timelines that led into another version of himself. That way, because that's why he was able to live for 1 million years, because another Kang didn't come for him.
Yeah, like what if a different Kang is like the guy who's going to run through and try to kill every Kang, but also try to kill everyone else?
Because that's what he said when he was explaining. Is like, I mean, like my version of me is good, and like I'm here to make sure everything stays balanced. But
like,
there's another version of me that you're not gonna like.
Yeah.
So
that'd
we'll
be
see.
cool.
I think the next few movies are going to be fun. I think the Quantumania is probably going to be the.
I'm excited for Thor. I think that one's gonna be real good.
It looks really good.
Wakanda Forever. I have no idea.
I don't know how that's going to go.
I have no idea.
Because I heard they're not gonna recast Black
They're not.
Panthers. So
They're not.
How are you gonna? I don't know how they're gonna have a Black Panther movie without.
They're gonna
Black
have to
Panther.
They're gonna have to write him out, off screen, like really they're gonna have to write him off, like off screen.
I really hope it's not hacky, but I could definitely see like the opening scene being just the suit, like Chadwick being in the suit,
Like a funeral? You mean like him?
like getting got.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
God, if they like animate them or
Because I don't know if
something.
you noticed, but on the Black
Probably
Panther
not.
movie, if you go back and watch it on Disney, the opening like Marvel credits is all Black Panther.
Yeah.
There's a whole like tribute to him at the beginning and the end of the movie on Disney Plus.
Hell yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna go.
I'm
That,
super excited for it.
I think this is the first time I'm not gonna be excited to go watch a Marvel film. And
The first one I was like excited to go see this one. I'm like, what are they gonna like? Are they gonna make like M'Baku or Shuri?
Oh,
I think it's gonna be Shuri.
I got another thing to talk about.
I have a feeling it's gonna be Shuri, which would be interesting.
Like a quick like Shuri, and then someone else. Like I don't think Shuri can be the Black Panther for forever.
No,
Y'all excited for what's probably gonna be the movie of the year?
Men by Ari Aster.
Maverick.
No,
Huh.
the other one.
What's the other one?
Lightyear.
Avatar.
Oh,
Oh,
I forgot about
see,
that.
that's my feeling about Avatar.
I mean, they did wait a long time, but
That's how I feel about it.
You're
Oh, that movie's coming out.
You're dumb. Check.
Oh, I thought you meant you can't hear me.
No. You can hear me. You're just dumb. Like, how dare you? That's one of the most magical movies ever to grace the screen.
that,
No,
that
I'm not-
movie
no.
set the standard. Of
No, I'm not saying the old one's
today's
bad.
movies.
I'm saying the new one. I'm like, oh yeah, it's coming out. Like I don't. The hype. I don't know. People have this like Star Wars thing about it, where they're like, it's like the Star Wars like prequels, like or even the sequels when they were coming out. People were like, oh my god! I'm like, right now with this one, I'm like,
I mean, yeah. That's
did
kinda
we
what it is.
really need more of that? I mean, like,
Yes.
if we do get more of it, like,
Are you going to be a better person? Yes.
This one.
are you a better
is-
person because of Avatar?
Yes.
This one's supposed to
Okay.
be like they didn't show pretty much anything, but like he has a whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got three of his actual children, two are his sons, one daughter, and then the human is an adopted teenager from the
Crazy.
obviously.
Yeah.
Like it's
I'm
like,
interested in it. It's definitely
they
going to be.
expanded the time the same amount of length that like
The kids are-
since the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Attention to detail. Shut up.
I'm excited. It looks amazing.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right here. This guy. You're off the podcast.
Men by Ari
Me too.
Aster, though.
Shut up.
That's going to be amazing. Not Ari Aster, Alex Garland.
I don't even know what you're talking about. So it's probably going to be some
Oh, it's going to be good.
bullshit
then-
flick.
The movie that it had Harry Styles and the girl who played Black Widow's sister.
Florence Pugh. What's that movie called?
When I first saw Harry Styles, I was like, "Oh, here we go." And then I started watching the trailer. I was like,
That's not
"Fuck,
Disappointment.
"That looks really
It's not
interesting."
Disappointment Boulevard. What movie is that? What's the? Because the trailer for that just came out. I didn't watch the trailer because I don't want to watch the trailer for that. Florence Pugh,
Oh, it came on before the movie, so
the love of my
yeah.
life. Not really though. Where is it? Her IMDb. I should have looked up Florence Pugh and Harry Styles, but
Yeah, I don't.
I'm lazy.
This guy. I'm lazy, so I'm going to go through an entire IMDb. Yeah.
What an idiot. All filmography as an actress. Let's see here. Not Dune Part 2. Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer is going to be sick. Don't worry, darling. That
that one
one.
looks really interesting.
I don't remember that.
It's like a set old school like old times, whatever. And it looks like it's about modern civilization, I guess, of like all the dudes go to work and the women stay home clean, and like, and then this, I'm just kind of explaining the trailer. They come back, like dudes come back from work, the women are like waiting outside to greet them and everything, and some new opportunity comes up or whatever, and the main people that we're following, the dude takes the opportunity with the boss, and she feels like something's up, like hardcore, and looks like it's like about her going crazy.
Huh.
It looks very interesting the way it's shot.
Florence Pugh can go crazy. Midsummer.
Shut up.
That end scene.
Didn't watch it. Not going to.
Let me show you the trailer.
What?
I don't do horror flicks, bro. You know
What was
those.
the movie called?
Don't worry, darling.
We'll watch it after we stop.
All right. Well, anything else that you guys want to talk about?
No.
Any other final opinions?
Did we persuade you?
Nope.
You still here? Or are you more here?
Yeah. I'm still up. I think it was a good movie, man. Like, yeah, I think it was a good movie. I see the pitfalls in it. I think, you know, a lot of the shots were a little hacky. A couple of lines were a little clunky, but like overall, I don't know. I see the good in people,
How's your
and you
opinion?
guys
I
are
didn't think any of that.
sociopaths, and just further proof to you guys being NPCs.
Just because you're not a good critic doesn't mean we're bad.
I'm a great critic.
Halfway through the movie, I leaned over to Mia and I was like, "This isn't very good."
I think you guys are just natural born haters, and I'm sorry for you.
I was so excited going to the movie. I had high hopes, which might be wide,
Yeah.
but like, I was willing to be ready for whatever, and I was disappointed.
Mid.
Sociopaths. I'm sorry.
I enjoyed it. Just
All right, we're circling the drain.
Y'all be easy. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Thank you.